Okay, good morning, students.
Good morning, ma'am.
Okay, to start our day, let's have first a prayer. Anyone who can do the prayer? Okay, AJ.
Let's bow our head and feel the presence of the living Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen. Holy Mighty One, let your love to offer us. Open up your mercy so that we may glory in thy name to serve our fellow men and to be made grateful to you. Amen. Father, Son, and Holy Spirit.
Amen. First, before we start the lesson, please arrange your chair and pick up all the papers that you see and put it on the trash can. Okay, thank you. So you all look great today. I think you had a great weekend, but I hope that you still remember our lesson last Friday. Do you still remember it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, for that, I'll be giving you 1 minute to recall all the lessons that we've discussed last Friday. Okay, I think that's enough for you to recall all the lessons that we've discussed. Now, I have here jumbled letters. All you have to do is arrange it correctly to get the correct answer. Now, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's start. First jumbled letter. What do you think is this letter? Word. Okay, AJ.
Ma'am, I think it's eating disorder.
Eating disorder.
And its meaning is not normal or not having abnormal eating habits.
Okay, let's see if it is correct. Eating disorder is correct. Very good, AJ. Now, next word. Anyone? Dave.
Ma'am, I think it's bulimia.
Now, what do you think by bulimia?
It's for me, ma'am, it's an emotional disorder.
Okay, emotional disorder. Let's see if it is correct. It's bulimia. Very good, Dave. Now, next word. Anyone? Aaron. What do you think is this word?
Beijing,
Binging. What do you mean by binging?
indulge in activity.
Indulge in an activity. Let's see if it is correct. Binging. Very good. It indulge in an activity, especially eating, drinking, taking drugs to excess. Very good, Aaron. Now, next word. Please jumble this. Anyone? Dave.
Ma'am, I think it's overeating.
Oh, you're sure about overeating. What do we mean by overeating?
It's about excessive eating in foods.
Okay, let's see if it is correct. Overeating is eating too much. Very good, Dave. Now, next.
Ma'am,
Oh, AJ.
ma'am, I think it's vomit.
Vomit.
Yes.
What do you mean by vomit?
It is what do you call this, ma'am? Ejecting something through your mouth.
Okay, let's see if this is correct. Vomit is ejected from the stomach throughout the mouth. Very good. You all did a great job. You got the correct answer. So those words relate to a bulimia eating disorder. Now today we are going to learn another eating disorder. But you must learn the following. First is understand the eating disorder, Pica. Number 2, identify the causes, symptoms, and treatment of Pica. And last is to learn the ways on how to prevent eating disorder, Pica, and how to stay healthy. Okay. Now, class, I have here different pictures. I'll be showing you some of the different pictures. All you have to do is take note of it, of the photos that will be shown here, and observe what are the pictures, what are the meaning of the pictures. Okay, are you ready?
Yes, we are ready.
First photo, all you have to do is observe and take note of it. Okay. Second picture. Okay. Third picture. And the last one. Okay. Now I have a question. What are the following things that they are eating? Anyone? Okay, AJ.
Ma'am, I take note that they eat bird, nails, eyes, and pain.
Okay, AJ, I have a question. Another question. Are those picture are manifesting eating disorder?
I think yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, what kind of eating disorder is that? What do you
Um,
think is that kind of eating
I think I
disorder?
heard that kind of disorder, ma'am. Wait, I think it's Pica or Pica.
Pica eating disorder. Let's see if this is correct. It's Pica eating disorder. Very good, AJ. Now, what do you mean by Pica? But before that, let's go back to its historical background. So, pica was first used as a term for a perverted craving for substances. It is a medieval Latin name for the bird called magpie. So, that bird is claimed that has a penchant eating for almost anything. When we say penchant, it is habitual liking to do something. So, that bird has a habit of eating anything that bird saw. Now, what do we mean by pica? Pica is an eating disorder that involves eating items that are not considered as food. So, when you see someone that is eating not
Edible.
not edible, that can be considered as pica, having pica eating disorder. But be reminded of this. When someone is eating that habitually, like more month or more, that can be considered as pica. So when that person is doing that for just a week, that cannot be considered as pica eating disorder. Okay. Now, who are the people that likely experience pica? First is the children. So people are young kids are really conscious about the world around them. Therefore, everything that they hold, they put it into their mouth. That's why children are the people that likely experience this pica eating disorder. Another is the pregnant women. When pregnant women, we have this called paglilihe. Therefore, those with pregnant women, they are craving for something to eat. But some of the pregnant women, they are craving for something that is not considered as food. Third one is the people with intellectual disabilities. People with intellectual disabilities are having a hard time to recognize the item if it is a food or not. That's why they are belong to the people that likely experience pica. Now, what are the following non-nutritive items that are usually eaten by people who has pica eating disorder? Anyone who can read this? Okay, AJ.
Ma'am, the following that are non-nutritive items are iso, buttons, clay, dirt, sand, and used remainder of cigarettes, cigarette ashes, paint, glue, chalk, and pastas.
Very good, thank you, AJ. So those are the following non-nutritive items that are usually eaten by people who has pica eating disorder. The next is now let's move on to the causes, symptoms, and treatment for this pica eating disorder. So for the causes, first is the pregnancy. So I said a while ago, people who are women who are pregnant, they have this paglilihe. They have cravings. But other women, they crave for something that is not considered as food. Another is the developmental conditions or intellectual disabilities. Particular to this is people who has autism. They are having hard time to recognize the things if it is safe to eat or not. Third is the mental health condition. Particular to this is people who are experiencing schizophrenia. So people who has schizophrenia, they use pica as their coping mechanism. Okay. Another is the cultural norms. In other culture, they have this. They considered some of the items as food, which is safe to eat. But in normal culture, they don't consider it as food. And last is the malnourishment. People who are malnourished, they eat something, they eat something they eat something that is not considered as food just to survive the day, and that helps them to feel full. Okay. Now, I'll be giving you 30 seconds to look at the causes and take note of it. I think that's enough. Now, let's move on to the symptoms. The first symptom is broken or damaged teeth. So, not everyone who has broken or damaged teeth has pica eating disorder. It is just the first visual symptom. Alright? The second is stomach pain. So everything that we eat which is not considered as food, definitely it has germs, it has bacteria. Therefore, when it comes to your stomach, you will feel some pain, like stomach pain. Okay. Another is bloody stool. When you eat something, especially when it's solid, it will not go through your stomach. It will not go down to your stomach into pieces. It will stay as it is, original form. Therefore, when it comes through your intestine, like small intestine and large intestine, it can scratch the walling of your intestine. Therefore, when you expel it, it will lead into bloody stool. Okay. Last is the lead poisoning. Lead poisoning is the obvious symptom. Everything that we eat that is not considered as food can be considered that can be have the poison. It can be poisonous, which lead to poisoning. Okay, again, I'll be giving you 30 seconds to look at the symptoms and take note of it. Okay, that's enough. Now let's move on to the treatment. What are the treatment for this pica eating disorder? So first, the occupational therapy. When we say occupational therapy, those are the everyday activities that can help a patient who is undergoing this pica eating disorder, can help a person to improve and lessen the habit that he or she is doing. Another is the sensory support. When we say sensory support, it is a support to people who has sensory impairment. So you are helping them to recognize the things, if it is a food, if it is safe to chew or not. Another is medication to treat underlying mental health condition if present. So people who are undergoing medication of their behavioral problems, it can help them to lessen or to eliminate to lessen their habit in eating non-nutritive items. Okay, last is the dietary changes. So just like the medication to treat underlying mental health condition, by having dietary changes, it will help a patient to lessen the cravings of eating non-nutritive items. Okay. Now, how will a person be diagnosed with pica? Okay. Doctor will diagnose this condition based on the history and several other factors. So if you are the patient, you have to be honest to your doctor. So the doctor will give you accurate diagnosis if you are having pica or not. And if the behavior has occurred for a month or more, this is what I'm saying a while ago, if the behavior has occurred for a month or more, a doctor may diagnose it as pica. Okay, last one. How to prevent pica eating disorder? There is no specific way to prevent pica. However, careful attention to eating habits and close supervision of children known to put things in their mouths may help catch the disorder before complications can occur. We have this code. Prevention is better than
Cure.
Okay, very good. Now, class, that would be all. Now, I'll be giving you 1 minute to recall everything that we've discussed today. And after that, you have to find a partner to discuss what have you learned today. Okay, are we clear?
Yes,
Any
ma'am.
clarification?
None.
Okay.
After the discussion, I give students 15 minutes to answer their activity.
Students, please take note of this. First is what is rumination disorder. Second is make a Venn diagram of eating disorders, Pica, and rumination disorder. Okay, class. You all did well today. So I think that we don't have enough time to continue this lesson. So thank you for participating and see you tomorrow.
Goodbye, ma'am.
Okay, goodbye students.